Okay, my dear friend, this is MRSM 2095 Paper 2, Question 9. Let's see the question. 它是 Form 5, Chapter 5, Binomial and Normal Distribution. A study in a country found that 40% of youths choose to be self-employed. So if 9 youths are randomly selected, find the probability that none of them choose to be self-employed and at least 2 youths choose not to be self-employed. 它的 keyword 是 not to be 第二个 Okay, this part not to be 好 let's see our how are we going to write out part A 它是 binomial 咯 If you want, you can write let x equals to 那个number of youth who choose to be self-employed if you want. So 我会分 part A 跟 part B 我做不一样的给你哈，我会做不一样的给你。So part A 的是 choose to be self-employed 的，所以我的 A 会是 x follows a binomial distribution out of 9 and 40% choose to be self-employed. So 我的这一个 none of them x is equals to 0 equals to 9c0 and then 0.4 to the power of 0 0.6 to the power of 9. I get 0.0, 1 significance, 2 significance, 3 significance, 4 significant figures. 这个没有算1, 2, 3, 4, 4个 significant figures. Which one? Like this. 2 marks. So 一边 part B, I am going to change my question. Let y equals to number of youths. 这样会比较容易明白。Who choose not to be self-employed. Choose not to be. So my y follows a binomial distribution. Out of 9, 40% choose to self-employed, 60% choose not to self-employed. Okay? So 我要的是 at least 2 of them. 所以我会有 P y is bigger than or equals to 2. 我就要拿 1 minus P, none of them, minus P, 1 of P. Okay? And you will get the answer. So here I got no place. I have to move here. 老师，你为什么要挤？老师 also don't know. You calculate and you tell me the answer, please. You don't wait for my answer. Nine C0 0.6 to the power of 0, 0.4 to the power of 9. Nine C1 I get my answer 0.9962. Nah, X 是 self-employed 的 ，Y 是 not to self-employed 的。A worker must arrive at his office before 8 o'clock to receive free breakfast bag. The time taken to travel from his house to the office is normally distributed with a mean of 40 minutes and a standard deviation of 8 minutes. So I use X lah, huh? X is time taken to travel from house to office. So X follows a normal distribution with a mean of 40 and a standard deviation of 8. Okay, so 8 a.m. before 8 a.m. only can receive free breakfast. 好，第一个 if he departs from his house at 7:25, find the probability that he will not receive the breakfast bag. The first thing that you have to know, what is the difference in time? Because we are doing minutes. 7:25 to 8 o'clock, how many minutes? 这个问题该不会不能回答我吧？ 7:25 to 8 o'clock, how many minutes? You have 35 minutes, correct? So which means the question say if he arrived within, okay, in 35 minutes, 他在35分钟里面抵达 then 他就可以得到 he will get the breakfast. So but the question asked for he will not get the breakfast, which means we are calculating the probability that 他的这个 traveling time is more than he reached the office later than 7:25, which means he depart after that. OK, 所以我的这一个是 P X 来的 ，X is bigger than 35. 我这喝醉酒没有我 ？We are finding this， 看真的喝醉酒。Z is bigger than 35 minus 40 over standard deviation is 8. So is that possible? 你 calculate 看。Negative 0.625. If you don't know how to see, you just draw out. This part it is equals to 1 minus P. Z is smaller than negative 0.625. And we always know that they are the same. Okay, we have a formula. Z is smaller than negative A is equals to Z is 所以0.6250.625 0.2676 minus 0.0016, I get 0.266. I get 0.73. Oh. Okay, so 它的 story 是 if he depart from the house at 7:25, the probability for him not to get the breakfast is this high，这么高，就是讲说他其实需要更多的时间啦，因为probability is quite high here，OK，还蛮危险的 for 这一个版。And we go next. Second one. If he departs at 7:10, calculate the number of days he will receive the breakfast back within 300 working days. So we don't go too far first about the 300 working days. Let's find out. Okay, let's find out the probability first. 所以我们有 8 o'clock minus 7:10. 50 minutes. minutes. So 他会 receive, 哎呀，为什么会有一个 bracket? If he will receive, then it will not be later than that, 对吗? So we are finding bigger than or smaller than. (我们在找什么?我要找 bigger than 还是要找 smaller than? Smaller than, yes. Smaller than 50. 所以我会有 P, Z is smaller than 50 minus 40 over Z is smaller than 1.25. OK， 他必须要在少过50分钟内抵达。Less than 50 minutes, only he will receive the breakfast back. (1.25) We are finding this area. So this area, 1 minus P, Z is bigger than 1.25. 1.25. 1.25. 0.1056. You get 0.944. 所以这个是他会得到的 probability. If he reach if he depart at 7:10, 如果他7:10开始出发 the probability for him to receive the breakfast back is this high. 7:10出发可以得到的是这么多。Out of 300 days, how many days he can get? 所以我们要找的是 number of days. 0.8944 multiplied by 300 days. You get 268.32 days. I shall write 268 or 269. 我有268.32天可以得到 free 的 breakfast， 所以我其实得到268天还是269天 ？Common sense. If I say 268.32 days, I can get free breakfast. Supposedly, I only get it in 268 or 269 days. $268 days. Yeah. Answer is 268. Impossible, I give you 0.32 days. I also consider as 1 day one 嘛，是不是？ 268 Okay. Take 1 minute short break before we proceed to the next one.